Hello everyone, my name is Pixlriffs and welcome back to Empires SMP, where I have not logged in for a week and we have a little bit more demonic interference to take care of, it looks like, and there's some suspicious pools of red outside. I wonder what this could be. Yet we have a little bit more of this corruption business. Need to take care of that, especially if it's replacing the copper. And I mean, a few blocks of the ground, sure, but it seems to have targeted the copper specifically, but maybe had a harder time doing it, if that is more solid material. Interesting. Okay, we'll have to study the effects of that, and yeah, I'm so glad we don't have fire tick. I'm so glad the fire has not spread to all of my wonderful azalea bushes. Well, we'll have to do something about this. Let me go and clear my inventory a little bit. And let's make, I'm not quite sure how many buckets we will need for this. Let's make a decent amount of buckets and let's see how many lava sources we can get from this, because I might actually have a plan for these this episode. 17. Okay, my lucky number, actually, as it happens. And I think the demon may have made a mistake here, because I have some plans for lava in this episode, and having 17 sources of it is kind of nice. And also, water is renewable, so I can just stick this down here and we can completely refill these lakes, no harm done. The copper, on the other hand, that's a little rough. But with a handful of fresh copper and a little bit of wax, I think we can take care of this. There we go, looking good as new, or old, or ancient, or whatever the vibe is around here. Anyway, I need to at least get rid of some of this corrupted material. Luckily, the lava the demon has brought with it is also the source of its destruction, and the lava itself can be turned to our own ends. But before we even do that, we have our sacred duty to take care of, and we find the final sign of the demon's mark. What is this? Oh, sure. Very creepy. Very creepy. I think we have something we can replace this with. We'll put you up here with all of the rest of the pests that happen to have invaded my territory. You can see what happened to them. Oh, and I just realized the beacon in the center of here now has some red glass. Well, I'm afraid this is not your territory, so just gonna fix that. There we go. Nice orangey copper color. With a banner of our own and the right dyes, I think we should be able to make a pretty decent standard for Pixandria. I do need a little bit of yellow though, and it looks like we're running a little low on those. I also need to make an oxide daisy pattern. I am also a little bit low on string. That's unfortunate. Probably need to do something about that. We will be needing it for the candles at the vigil. But luckily I was able to find another one, and we can make ourselves a loom to proudly bring this banner into existence. We start with cyan for aged copper, or alternatively the desert sky. We're going to layer a gradient over the top of that, coming upwards like so for a bit of a fade effect. Orange for new copper, or the desert sands, creating a kind of vanishing point there. At its center, a yellow dot representing the light of the vigil, or even the conduits that we have around the place. A stripe across the center to show that light is projected outwards, and finally the flower pattern in the very center, shaping it into the light of the vigil. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the banner of Pixandria. Also kind of looks like a moth or a butterfly, kind of a creature with wings if you're looking at the white spaces. I don't know, I like it. I think it's got potential, at least. And it even sort of resembles the pylons that I've been building around the place, with the copper aged on the top and newer on the bottom. I kind of like that a lot, actually, and I'm going to make a few more of these, provided that I can get enough wool, which I think means a trip to Scott's Majors at some point. And oh, forgot to fill in a piece of the ground there. There we go. But with that taken care of, we return to our most sacred duty of updating the vigil, and we have a heck of an update today, because apparently some of my fellow emperors have turned to war games for sport and begun to kill each other in the name of just having a good time, which to me, counting their deaths here in the desert, seems a little unusual, I will grant you, but I think we need to at least make sure that these deaths are observed, and if they want to continue doing that, that is entirely up to them. But I will need to go hunting first, and wait, what is this? Urgent? From Solidarity? Oh, and some slime, alright, well, is this a bribe? What's going on? I have a secret alliance room underneath the COD statue at my base. This base will be used for our meeting point when the time is right to take the Codfather head back from Fwip. I hope I can count on you to help me with this task. I will call on you when the time is right. From the Codfather, P.S. I will give you a stack of diamonds for your help. Jimmy! You didn't even need to give me the stack of diamonds, but I will take that because, you know, they're always nice to have. But the stack of slime is definitely very, very nice. And a secret meeting room, I will investigate that a little bit later. But anyway, mild interruption. The Codfather is not online right now, so hopefully he is not in urgent need of my help. I will need to go and find myself some cows, because we need leather for item frames. Because people been dying lots on this server, and as a result, we need a lot more glow item frames for the paper lanterns here at the Vigil. Well, after hunting the plains to the north, I finally have enough leather to make enough item frames, and I have a decent amount of glow ink, thankfully, that we are able to light some lanterns over here. And I have some troubling news as well. The Ocean Queen took another death while I was collecting some of those resources, so I did add another candle already, but the Ocean Queen's deaths are now in excess of 12, so we get to light a lantern for her as well. I'm still not entirely certain about the other folks, but it didn't seem like everybody was involved with this. It seemed like it was mainly Mythical Sausage, Fwip, and Gemini Tay. This little cluster, this corner of the Vigil over here, seems to have been pretty active. And we're going to start with the lowest number of deaths. Gemini Tay, this is 6 candles, but she has died 20 times total. So we need a lantern, and we need 2 more candles over here. 12 plus 8. Nice and easy to get a block to attach the lantern there, though. An amethyst block seems like it would suffice. And we need 2 more candles for down here, which I'm going to put in a separate cluster over there, so we have this nice and even now. Gemini Tay's first lantern on the board. Fwip has now died 33 times, which is only 3 off having 3 lanterns up here in the sky, but for now we need to only place 2. I think we'll put 1 here, and then we'll come out to the side a little bit, maybe this way and here, and we'll place another one on top of that, up there. And Deep Slate makes sense as Fwip's tethering block there. We don't even need to adjust the candle count down here, because he has died 24 times exactly since I last updated the Vigil. Or since the last death count I received for him anyway. And finally, we come to Mythical Sausage, who has died a total of 49 times. He is almost giving Joel a run for his money at this point, so let's get the rest of these frames up on here. But 3 more lanterns now fly in the sky for Mythical Sausage, and we can reduce the candle count over here to just 1, because that's 48 in terms of lanterns, and then 1 more for the 49th, and I expect he's going to be hitting 50 before long. And now over here next to her husband Smallish Beans, we light the first lantern for LD Shadow Lady, who now has 15 deaths total, including the one from this video. So we're going to pop that on there, and we need to find some sort of appropriately oceany block. I'm going to aim a little bit basic here and go for some light blue concrete powder, since that seems to fit in quite well with the wool. There we go, and then we can reduce the candles over here to just 3, and our Vigil is complete. And for now, this is pretty accurate, although I don't know if the other empires have died a little bit more. You will have to let me know in the comments, but thank you for keeping up with that. It is really helpful to have people letting me know when the other empires decide to just kill each other randomly for a bit of fun. And morbid though it seems to say this, the lanterns do add a nice touch of color to the center of our town here, but I need to go outside of town for what we're going to do next, because I've been working on the town around here a little bit, but I want to step beyond that a little further. We want to head out into the depths of the desert, I was going to say, but there is now a hay cart here that wasn't there before. Interesting. Probably should just quickly search through this in case there is anybody hiding in it. No, okay. Looks like we are good for the moment. Anyway, what I was going to do is head out a little bit further into the desert, and over here, I think we want to start a cave for dripstone. I'm thinking we need to farm a little bit more dripstone for the town, because I don't really have a great way of getting hold of it aside from going caving. I've exhausted the supply from some of the caves in the area, and I do want it for more of these geological features in the desert. So we're actually going to create a cave over here, which is potentially going to be a place a little outside of town that maybe the youngsters in the town would dare each other to go into, but it's going to look kind of scary and imposing, and is going to conceal a larger scale dripstone farm. And I think we're going to have some way of retrieving all of the dripstone dripstone, the pointed dripstone that we're trying to farm here, automatically. Because we can get the blocks from villagers. If we trade with some stonemasons, we should be able to get hold of some of those. But I want some pointed dripstone for landscaping with. And this will also be a good opportunity for me to get more sandstone, because the reason I haven't worked on the town anymore is because I ran out of sandstone building blocks. Which I know seems ludicrous considering that my entire empire is based in a desert, but honestly, you go through sandstone quite quickly, and even crafting it out of sand, which I prefer not to do, I would not have as much sandstone as you think I would. So anyway, I'm going to create a little facade here for a dripstone cave that's going to lead down into a dripstone farming operation, and then we're going to take it one step further, because dripstone can be used to farm other resources as well. And that, believe it or not, is where the demon's threat may have been more of a gift than it realized.
Hello?
Hi. What brings you to Pixandria?
Hi. We're here for a little Elytra sugarcane challenge, and I think I'm about to die in your land.
Coincidentally, we were here last time we did an Elytra challenge, and you happen to be around as well.
I've got the candles already, so be my guest whenever you're ready to do that. Then yeah, give it a try.
Is she the dark blue candles?
The light blue ones.
Yeah, which one am I?
The light blue ones. I was right. Then it is the light blue.
Yeah.
So you've apparently got 14. She needs another candle.
I have just lit the latest batch of lanterns, and so there is a blue lantern up there for Lizzie. With each of those is 12 deaths, basically. So
12. Okay.
I'm so ashamed.
Because
I only, 30, 40, 15.
Each of these areas only really has room for 12 candles. So once it gets beyond that, I have to improvise.
I see. Well, I think, did you add a candle for me the other day? I died to the demon, so I've got 12 now.
Okay, 12 it is, right. Yeah. I
Remember how I started off really strong with like a whole bunch of deaths?
I think now
I've got some of the least.
I think Shovel is now the one with the least deaths, weirdly enough. But I think Scott now even has more deaths than Shovel. So yeah, we'll have to see how that goes.
Oh, there we go. Well, we're about to fly through your window again.
All right.
Yeah, get ready to add another one. Oh, I left
Good
my
luck.
bed behind.
All right, so let me try and demonstrate and hopefully not smash my face on this one. I did not smash my face on this one. I am good.
So easy.
Straight through first time.
All right, watch me go. Let's see
it.
Gonna go well, I
Land over here.
believe.
Oh.
Ow!
Oh.
Almost. You got the first one.
The bed is down
Almost.
there to break your fall, I think. So.
Oh, fantastic. I'm going to set my spawn there just in case something happens on my next run.
At least when you wake up, you'll have your stuff raining on you.
Yeah.
I've been traveling around with Riptide so much that I'm thinking I need to add in like a bonus round for this where you start in the water and try and
that could be cool.
it's a little bit more difficult, but we'll see.
I could even get to, if we want to make this any more official, if we could get everyone to make like a specific hole they want people to fly through.
It's like frisbee golf, but you're the frisbee.
Basically, yeah.
Being the frisbee hurts. Okay, incoming. Oh, jeez.
All right.
Oh, jeez.
Third time. Oh, no, that
You
was...
didn't make it through the first hole.
No, you're technically down, I think, 12 stacks through this whole thing.
Is it possible to go into negative sugarcane?
You're gonna end up
yeah, you're gonna give me sugarcane.
Owing Pearl sugarcane. Sugarcane from the sea, so it's like kelp or something, right?
It's like I've got a gambling problem and I just can't. I'm not even good at gambling.
I feel like at this point you should just keep going until you make it, because then you'll be able. Oh, Pix made it. There we go.
So it is possible. Good to know. Good to know.
You've got the right starting position. At least you're on the right bush for this. It's
I'm on the right
shot,
bush. Just need to get the right line. Okay, this is it.
All right. Going through again.
Yay!
Hey, there we go. Did it.
Oh, I did it.
Smooth.
That means all 7 stacks will not be lost.
Oh, thank goodness. Sort of a rocky montage of failure leading to more failure and then some success at the end.
I think we should probably head back to mine and leave Pix to continue whichever you were doing.
Yeah, sorry you didn't get to add another candle, Pix.
It's fine.
See you later.
Just one candle today.
Oh my goodness.
Been a murder.
A murder? What's happened? Hello.
Oh, I've just discovered something horrible, Pix.
What's happened?
There's been a murder on the island.
Oh no. Who's been murdered? I don't know who all of these folks are. If one of them is not accounted for.
My farmer villager, he's just gone, disappeared.
Oh no.
Don't know what happened. None of them are telling me anything.
I mean, They're all saying a lot but saying nothing at the same time. Let me
Exactly.
Let me hop down from here. It's been a while since I've been to the Ocean Kingdom. This is amazing.
Ah, thank you. Yes, we have risen from the sea as the prophecy foretold.
Yeah, I mean, pretty good prophecy too. I mean, look at that. Look at all the coral. Oh my goodness. Wow.
Yeah, that took a lot of time.
I bet it did. I bet it did. Well, I wasn't expecting to help you solve a murder mystery. I'm actually here for some prismarine, but if there's anything I can do to help, then let me know.
No, that's fine. I'll get the axolotl golems on the case, and they'll sort this out in no time, I'm sure. Let's go over to my trading post. Okay. Oceans, greetings, Pixlriffs. Welcome to the Prismarine trading post.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here. I would like one of everything, pretty much. Or if you can spare me maybe 2 stacks of dark prismarine, sea lanterns, and regular prismarine, that would go a long way.
Of course. And what do you have to trade in return?
I have a lot of copper. I've been gathering copper in oxidized form. You can right-click it with an axe and then wax it to get whatever stage of copper you want. And so I think because, prismarine obviously takes a lot to gather. What do we say, a stack for a stack?
Oh, that sounds good. Yes, fantastic. Okay. A couple of stacks of each?
Yeah, sounds good. I've got conduits that need activating out there, and I could use the sea lanterns for some lighting as well.
I see, yes. I'll give you an extra stack of sea lanterns.
Oh, lovely, thank you.
Because, they're good for warding off evil spirits.
Oh, really? Because I have had some problems with those recently, so that is good to know.
I've heard about a lot of problems with it, but I assure you that sea lanterns is a great way to keep the trouble at bay.
Good to know. Yes, I will definitely be putting some of those up. Well, thank you so much. All right, so that's 9 stacks of everything. So, yeah, there should be enough copper in there to cover it.
I'll take 8 stacks. Is that okay?
Yeah, perfect. Sounds good. I'm farming this stuff slowly, but in the meantime, I've been doing a lot of mining, so I have plenty. I believe your husband over there in the mesa also was after some copper at some point, so I might need to go and see him in a minute, yeah.
Ah, interesting. Okay, I wonder what he's doing with copper. I hope it's not the same thing.
It might be.
We're sort of on the same wavelength. This happens a lot. You wouldn't believe it.
Yes, I'm not surprised. Well, congratulations again on your marriage, and
thank you very much, and thank you for the trident. I love it.
Yeah, good. Glad to hear it. I will put all of this prismarine to good use. So swing by Pixandria sometime, and you might see some of it around.
Okay, of course. Goodbye.
All right, see you soon. Hey folks, welcome back. So far, the cave doesn't look like much. I do want to decorate this whole thing with dripstone though, and the point is right now, I need all of my pointed dripstone to be down here in the farm, because I'm still collecting it to make sure the farm will operate at full capacity. But if I come down here, hop over the collection mechanism for a second, you can see the kind of setup we're going with. You can make dripstone farms, of course, with observers measuring when the dripstone changes, and that way you can collect it with pistons, kind of the same way you do a sugarcane farm. In this case, though, I am going for a larger area with a slime block sweeping machine that will just take care of anything that is like a straggler from the dripstone that's forming in the ceiling, and of course, as it forms on the floor as well, we have a piston shifting floor. And what that does is when the rest of the system is triggered and the flying machine sweeps, it also shakes the floor, loosening these pieces of pointed dripstone, and hopper minecarts run underneath this entire section of stone floor, collecting the entire thing. And what I could end up doing, actually, if we don't want any of the dripstone to fall into this little trench here, is just to run a line of blocks across there and make sure that that's covered up so that we don't end up with any just popping off in a random direction and ending up down here where the minecarts aren't going to collect them. And I just realized actually that I'd placed some of the glazed terracotta wrong, but glazed terracotta will not stick to slime blocks. It cannot be pulled by slime blocks, although it can be pushed. So there are some little sections of that around this room, making sure that the slime blocks don't end up getting stuck to various components here. But the daylight sensors up here detect when it is getting dark, and when that happens, the room gets swept, the floor gets shifted, and some minecarts underneath here run backwards and forwards underneath the floor, collecting everything into the collection chest down here. And there we go, it actually just got triggered, so we can see the floor has been swept right there. Now the upper level of it has been swept too, and right now I need to figure out a way to prevent all of the dripstone from getting stuck down here. I'm actually considering moving this wall back a little bit just so it doesn't interfere too much with this last line of dripstone. But as you can see, some of the areas of dripstone actually regrow pretty fast, so it should be simple enough to collect it all, add a little bit more to the ceiling, and we are almost full to capacity on this farm, at which point I can start using it around the town and to decorate the cave out the front. But I think this is working pretty well so far, and once we have a little bit more dripstone, we can start working on the next phase, which is using dripstone to produce lava. Alright, the latest harvest from the farm gave us 10 pointed dripstone in the chest, and now I've managed to hollow out a space back here to start Phase 2, the lava collection. Now, I am fairly certain that we can collect lava if the dripstone doesn't have any space between the pointed dripstone and the cauldron. I'm fairly certain we need to set things up something like this, but I will check on the mechanics just to make sure we don't end up wasting any time here. But this is really where the demon's gift to us is going to come in useful, because all of these buckets of lava can now be placed up here, and I've actually slabbed off the ceiling so we only have half a block height up there, so we can see that there are lava sources. We don't have to worry too much about placing them, and I don't know for certain that these need to be lava sources above here, because we are getting some over here that are dripping lava without there being a full lava source above it, but these on the right hand side here are certainly dripping a lot more, and so it seems like even if a lava source isn't required, a lava source isn't going to hurt, and it's definitely going to speed up the process. Besides that, of course, once we end up with enough lava sources up here and we end up with the cauldrons themselves gathering lava, we should find that we don't need to worry too much about how much lava we are spending. Looks like Joel has been misadventuring in the end, although I'm going to assume that is on purpose. Well, another candle added to the vigil then, I suppose. But that is the first row of lava in place, and all of these pointed dripstone are merrily dripping away. And so we should find that eventually, it is going to take some time, but each of these cauldrons should fill with lava, and we can keep maybe a box, a chest or something like that full of buckets down here to collect them. And from there, who knows, infinite fuel for Pixandria? Maybe. But I have always been of the opinion that when life gives you lemons, you make a lemonade. So when a demon gives you lava, you make a lava farm, and that is how you farm a demon. We still have a few more lava sources to go in here. I ended up putting 20 blocks in total, 20 cauldrons so far, and the farm could expand exponentially if we wanted to. So this entire place could be running on geothermal power before long. I need to go and quickly update the vigil before we wrap up today's episode. So let's return to the surface, and hopefully we should be getting a little bit more dripstone. It is going to take a long time to get enough to fully decorate this cave, though, so I think we will probably end up doing that between episodes or on a live stream at some point soon, because gosh, the dripstone is taking a while to produce any kind of large quantity. But the vigil must be observed, and that is why once again we light a candle here for smallish beans. Folks, that is where we're going to wrap things up for today's episode. Thank you so much for watching this episode from Empires SMP. My name has been Pixlriffs. Don't forget to leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Bye for now.